Hi, welcome to the shop. My name is Ezra Burns. Really glad to have you here today. This is the first video that I have for YouTube. I'm going to be showing you around my shop, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information about what my shop actually is going to mean to me, and hopefully it'll be able to mean to you. So if you don't mind leaving me a comment, like, and if you also don't mind subscribing, I know it's a new channel, but I'd really appreciate it. Getting me started off would be a really big thing to help me out a lot. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what this channel is going to offer, as well as some things that I'm going to do in the show. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what this channel is going to offer. First off, obviously it is going to be a woodworking channel, so I will be doing a lot of woodworking. But in addition to that, I will be going through my Christian moral values and giving you guys a little bit more background into what it is to be a man of God, as well as being a husband and father. So that's really important to me, as well as woodworking. This channel is going to be something where I'm using for myself, but I really want you guys to follow along, comment, help me to improve your relationship with God and your ability to do woodworking skills as well. So again, let's show you how this shop is going to run. If you look here, I do have a table with all sorts of hardened equipment onto it. I have my drill press here. A lot of my tools are Ryobi. Just really works well for me, for my budget, and the fact that I have the interchangeable battery packs. So I have the angle grinder and saws and all that stuff, as well as the nailers, which is nice because now I don't have to have an air compressor in here to make a bunch of extra noise. I just have the guns that are battery powered, so that makes life a lot easier. On my table, I have this table saw, and in future videos you'll see that I'm going to actually carve in some track here, and I'm actually going to be making a really good sled for it. I have a sled already, but I'm going to be actually upgrading my sled to a 2-runner sled, and it's going to be really nice. I'll show you a little bit more of those pieces here in just a moment. Here's some of the things that I've already made. If you're interested in learning more about that, I can definitely put up a video of that. I do plan on putting up a video of chopping blocks. This is the first one that I made, and it's in our house currently. I will definitely be putting up a chopping block video, probably another hammer video as well. I like to call this one Mjolnir. It's just a basic wooden mallet for tapping with chisels and things like that. Really important to have one of those in your workshop if you're ever going to use chisels, because you don't want to strike those with a metal hammer. It also works for kind of persuading things into place, and the angle here on the end is really important to get right because you end up slapping it down perfectly in. I did put some T-track here, which is great because if I'm working on these things here, the cool thing about these clamps is I can put whatever height will fit underneath this adjustable thing, and it just screws in place, and no matter how big or how small, it'll clamp this down, or it'll clamp that down with the same amount of pressure. Literally no additional pressure, no less pressure, no matter what you do. So having that there is nice because it allows me to bolt down projects that I'm working on that are a little longer. If I want to extend it over to here, I can do that. I do have a planer here, and again, this is running along the long edge. The great reason for that is this kind of doubles as almost an off-feed table. I was thinking of countersinking this in and lowering it down so that it would be nice and even, but after some thought I ended up just going with setting it on top, just because it would have required a lot extra work to sink it in. I did, however, make sure that my table saw was sunk in so that I could use this as an offshoot table. It does end up only being about 6 feet, so if I use 8-foot boards, I won't be able to cut all the way across, which is fine because I'll just use my my rotary saw for that, my circular saw for that. One thing that is really good to know about a workspace, when you have a limited amount of space and you only have room for one workbench, it's really good to put it on casters. I put mine on 6 casters, all of which lock, so if I want to move it around, all I have to do is I'm always within a very short period of time, or a short reach where I can lock one down and always have it secured in place. I'm going to go ahead and pull it away from the wall and show you kind of how I work with this bench and how I power everything. So it's really, it's a really heavy, beefy bench, but with some good casters, it just moves around with one hand. And now you see I've got this full bench here, and I can plug it in with this power that I keep on the ceiling. Power it in here, and everything is good to go. You'll notice I have this Homer bucket with a vortex on top that really eliminates a lot of dust, and I do have a shop vac that I plug that into, and I run that when I run my table saw right now. Eventually I will probably upgrade it, upgrade the system here, and instead of having just the chute here, I do plan on working on an offshoot that will feed into this same bucket. So all of my sawdust will be fed immediately into that. Again, we've got workspace here and here, but the good news to this is it allows me, if I have a bigger project, to set things aside right into here. I have a lot of workspace here that I can use now, that if I only had access to one side, maybe I want to teach somebody comes over, they can work on one side and I can work on the other, and they can truly see everything that's going on. Gives you a lot of extra space. This track here is the track that will end up being part of the sled. This plywood here will be for the sled. The brown, not so much for it. I strongly urge you, as I'm making this, you can look at my channel to know how to make one of these, or you can go to plenty of other channels as well. I do strongly suggest, if you're going to build a workbench, make it mobile, especially if it's going to be in a home environment, or especially in your garage. You're going to really want to be able to move it around. It helps clean up, to be a breeze. You can just take a push broom and it's an easy day. Put her back away when you're done. It's out of the way. We can still park our car in here, no sweat. Store all of our materials in here without any problems. I do have another Craftsman storage here that my lovely wife got for me, and it holds a lot of extra tools that are not currently shown right now. That about wraps up things for today. Thank you again for coming out and watching my video. Appreciate your time. Please do comment, tell me what I can do to improve or what you liked about this video. And again, God bless and have a great day.